Alright, so it's been 6 months since I've graduated college, and I've noticed some changes. If we're being honest, I feel like I missed some announcement or something, because a lot of things are not like they used to be. Life 6 months after college feels like getting into your car after someone else has used it. It's still your car, but everything just feels slightly out of place. And so just to make sure I'm not going crazy, I want to tell you all the ways that my life has changed since I graduated college. Because the rearview mirror, I don't know. I swear it's usually different. First off, there are adults everywhere. And I know that sounds ridiculous. There's always adults everywhere, right? Or else who's gonna be the one that enforces rules, like don't jaywalk and don't have fun? Now, of course, there are always adults everywhere, but it's such a juxtaposition, a change of pace than what I was used to. Before, I was always surrounded by kids, and I use the word kids to mean like 18 to 24-year-olds. But now, everywhere I go, everywhere I look, there are adults. It's like kids only exist in schools and like their local grocery stores they hang out at after school. But besides that, adults. And it's a weird change of pace. I tell you, they talk about different things. These adults, like a month ago, I was part of a 4-minute conversation between 5 guys, not the burger place, but between 5 guys about how we clean our grills. I don't know if you know much about me. There's not much I can add to that conversation. So I just sat there and I listened. And I realized this is what life is now. Talking with adults about how we clean our grills. Now, I work on whatever I want on weekends. Sure, I might do some prep work on a Sunday night, but nothing has a hold on my weekends quite like homework did. Homework was a kinky bitch, I tell you what. That shit had me tied up on weekends. But now, starting at 5 p.m. on Fridays, I completely have no responsibilities for the next 48 hours. It's an amazing feeling, waking up on a Saturday and being like, oh, I don't have to care about homework. The only homework I have to do is like laundry and taking the trash out. And showering, that's, optional. No, I'm kidding. Showering is not optional, okay? Brushing your teeth is, or at least some of you think it is. I mean, at least a breath mint, okay? Just something at that point. It's easier to have a better sleep schedule. Now, does that mean I have a good one? No. Of course not. But because at work you have these deadlines that were set many days in advance, you have time to break up the work and be prepared to deliver on the due date. With school, the turnaround was much quicker. It was like, read this thing by tomorrow. And so sometimes you have to sacrifice your sleep. But at work, it gives you the luxury of... I'm saying this all as a liar because I still procrastinate at work. But in a perfect corporate world, you only have to work 8 to 5 to get your job done. Now, whether you use that time effectively or not, that is up to the individual. But it makes it easier to have boundaries in real life versus school. Because school, it seeps into everything. Right when that quarter starts, you have due dates for the next 11 weeks. Sure, you have due dates at work and deadlines, but you're able to lean on more people. It's supposed to be doable, your job. And hopefully you're in a field that you enjoy. So I'm guessing, it won't be too arduous. Because you know what those out-of-touch millionaires say, right? If you love what you do for work, you'll never work a day in your life. Just a bunch of bullshit. People ask about my interest and thoughts regarding relationships. Yeah, no, I never got questions about whether or not I was in a relationship, whether or not I'm looking, all throughout my college career. I don't know what it is about being a working man, but everyone's pretty fucking curious. I think when you're going to school, you can always put up this excuse like, oh man, I'm swamped with schoolwork. But now that you're out of school, people are like, so you don't really have an excuse now, right? But joke's on them. I'm still me. The same guy that wasn't in a relationship, guess what? I'm him. I'm really him, man. But yeah, I think more people ask now because they're like, oh, this is the general order of things, right? You go to school, now you find a person while you're working your career and you get married, you have the kids, you lose the kids, you're like, oh shit, where are the kids? You ask the amusement park security, hey, have you seen my kids? And they're like, oh my god. Then they announce it over the loudspeaker, has anyone seen this dumbass's kid? You find your kid, you're like, oh my god, it's so good to see you. And then you realize in a perfect world, I have to die before this kid. Holy shit, yeah, no, if this all works out perfectly, I will die before this kid. And that's a lot of responsibility, man. So if you're wondering, am I in a relationship? Well, just say it's complicated, okay? And all the complications are inside my own brain. The people I know, or I guess friends is what you call them, are not all living in the same city or town. Yeah, now I got friends all across the country, all across the world. Before, all the friends I had in Davis were in Davis. But now, they're doing kick-ass things all across the globe. And that means I don't see them as much. Is it a lonely existence? Sure. All right, now I have to make an effort in relationships. Yeah, same thing with like a romantic relationship. I don't have the same excuse of school that exists anymore. When you're in school, it's really easy to be like, I gotta study. I got this thing coming up. My studies. That's the reason I can't hang out. It's not that my social battery is so minuscule that it fills up like that. But now I don't have an excuse. I don't have schoolwork. Like I said, basically from Friday at 5 p.m. to Sunday night, I am free. But like I said, a lot of my friends don't live near me, which means I have to make the effort. Damn it. I have to reach out to people and be like, hey, do you want to hang out? And this shit is like getting a ticket to a Marvel movie on opening night. I gotta do this shit weeks in advance, man. I gotta be like, oh, hey, are you free on Saturday? And they're like, oh, this Saturday? That's a little quick. I'm like, no, in 7 Saturdays. And it's not even a joke. And at school, sometimes you would just see people around. You'd be like, oh, hey, going to the class? Yeah, me too. See you around. Now who am I seeing around? There's adults everywhere talking about their grills. It's inescapable. So yeah, I have to make an effort in relationships now. And I'm not good at it. And I'm not even getting better at it either. I'm the guy that admits he has a problem and then does nothing about it. Now when people ask to hang out, it's not getting boba or studying, it's getting dinner and doing some random activity like axe throwing or hiking or whatever that tabletop golf thing is. Basically, when you hang out with people now, you have to spend money. Before you could just go out and like get boba and it's quick, it's like a little $5 activity. But now if you hang out with someone, it has to be some elaborate activity. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it just ends up always having to be. Because people are so far away, you feel like you have to make it worth it, right? You're like, let's go over there and let's do a thing. Because I don't want to just go over there. It's a waste of gas. So let me go over there and let's go axe throwing. Do we want to axe throw? No. Who the fuck wants to axe throw? But because I'm going to make the trip over there, well, let's make a day out of it. Because there's always an activity that gets tied along with it. Hey, what do you want to do? I don't know, let's just hang out. Yeah, but we can hang out anytime. What do you want to do? Oh, I thought that was really enough. Yeah, okay, well, let's see a movie. Okay, yeah, but we can't really talk during movies, so I haven't seen you in like 5 months, so how are we gonna catch up? Awesome, so yeah, Black Panther's coming up. You want to sit in like the middle or the back? Oh, probably the back. I bought for middle, sorry. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I don't always take a backpack everywhere I go, which is ironic because now I have more back problems than I've ever had. Maybe the backpack was setting me straight. Maybe that's the reason I didn't have back problems back then. I bet schools would try to take credit for that. They'd be like, see, we made you stronger. I'm like, no, you made me anxious and depressed. Shut the fuck up. I care about what I wear now. I used to be a school sweatshirt and pants guy. I mean, I still wear pants, but I used to be that guy who was like, let me slap on this UC Davis sweatshirt and then wear jeans to every event. But now I care. I get like cropped slacks. The fuck does that even, what does that mean? Slack used to be an app I hated because it meant I have to do work. Now slacks are something I look forward to wearing. I don't see people riding bikes. I know in Davis, it was a ubiquitous thing. You can't go anywhere without seeing someone ride a bike. But I think this is true in any college town. Usually there's a lot of people riding bikes. And now, I don't see it as much. The only bikers I see are the ones that get up really early in the morning and they wear those really tight suits and the sunglasses and the helmet that looks like they're part of fucking Tron Legacy. And last but not least, everyone, for the most part, wants to be where they are. This is a fascinating thing to me about college, or really just school in general. And that's that a lot of people don't want to be there. Now, college is more of a choice, right? So a lot of people that are in college are obviously there because they want to be. But a lot of people you see in college don't want to be there. You hear the complaints. They don't really have direction in their life, so they just see it as the next step. Maybe their parents forced them to do it. Maybe they're trying to discover, is this something I want to pursue? And then they unfortunately find it's not the case. And so all of these people don't want to be in college. They don't want to be in school. And to me, that's always been fascinating. That there is no other place in the world where you will find that many people that don't want to be where they are. A luxury being out of college is that everywhere you are is pretty much because you want to be. There are so few places, maybe like jury duty or a car repair shop, that you find yourself that you don't want to be. Because as an adult, you can choose to go wherever the fuck you want to go. In school, you gotta show up to that bitch 5 days a week. And so naturally, being forced to do something 5 days a week that everyone has to do will have a lot of people not wanting to do it. And I've always really liked that. because you get to see a very unique side of people. You get to see people's truest selves. You get to see in mass a bunch of people your age say, I fucking hate where I am right now. And that's when you bond with people the most. When you all collectively don't want to do a thing together. That's why team events at work bring you closer together. Not because the event's good, but because everyone doesn't want to be there. So yeah, life has changed a lot since I graduated college. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I just wanted to tell you that it has. But it's weird. Even though a lot of things have changed, my sub count hasn't really changed. So make sure you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, and remember, there's more than one way to clean a grill.